What the?
I'm glad you're here, Henry.
What's happening, sir?
Uncle Sahanush sent for me. No doubt he wants to give me another ear bashing about the error of my ways. And he said to bring you too.
What has it got to do with me?
Plenty. You're in it with me ever since that hunt.
All right, we should get going then, shouldn't we, Sir Hans? The sooner we get it over and done with, the better.
I suppose so. Right away. I put some of my old clothes in a trunk for you. I don't want you making me look bad, so go and get dressed up before we head off.
Thanks, Sir Hans. I'll go and get changed now. So, should we go then?
Let's go. And by the way, I'm glad you got dressed up properly. Clothes make the man, and in your case, it's quite a transformation. Come along then.
Well, my ward and his, what shall we say, chaperone.
Uncle.
My lord?
I hope we haven't dragged you away from anything too important.
Not at all, Uncle. We
like
were just...
boozing and whoring, for instance.
Uncle, I can...
Perhaps you were busy, causing mayhem in the middle of the night and beating up my subjects.
No, it wasn't... Henry and I were just...
Henry's as big a fool as you are. But he's not my ward, thank Christ. What the hell do the pair of you think you're doing? There are people in this fiefdom who work from dawn to dusk to put food on their tables, and on yours, may I remind you. And then they look at you, Hans, their lord and master, and see a drunken layabout. That fellow you beat up last night was a guard, a new guard on the town watch. And he couldn't report for duty this morning because of his injuries. I had the bailiff here complaining, and could I tell him what I really think about this whole sorry affair? Of course not. That would demean me. And you too. So I had to sit gaping like a stuffed owl and listen to his grievances. Maybe you think because you're the lord here you can get away with anything. But you're sadly mistaken, you blockhead. A lord remains a lord only as long as he commands the loyalty of his subjects. I'm sure I don't have to tell you the folk here are not exactly enchanted at the prospect of having you in charge. That was the last straw, Capon. One more of your escapades and I'll send you to your mother in Polnar. For all I care, she can dress you up like a wench and marry you off to some Hungarian.
Uncle, that arson Archibald tried to murder me. What was I to do?
Oh, don't exaggerate. Well, I'm hardly surprised after you molested his girl and humiliated him.
I was only...
Oh, don't whine, for heaven's
sorry.
sake. It's about time you started taking some responsibility. I have a job for you. Maybe that will keep you out of mischief. Sir Milota of Oleshna has turned up here. Do you know him?
Isn't he Sir Bernard's cousin?
He is. He came here with the remnants of his retinue to seek refuge. He's seriously wounded.
What happened to him, sir?
His fortress Oleshna was attacked by one Wulfrin of Camburg. Milota pursued him almost as far as Neuhof and engaged with him. Unfortunately, the skirmish didn't end well for Milota.
Wulflin of Camberg. That name is familiar.
He's kin to the Oleshna lords, too. A cousin of Bernard's and Milota's. Their family affairs are a little complicated. None of my business, of course. I just wish they'd found somewhere else to thrash out their differences.
What do you want us to do, sir?
Go and see Bernard in the courtyard. He got a report that Wulfrin pillaged some other farms around Neuhof, and he's putting a squad together to ride against him. Mind your step, though. It's a family affair, after all. Maybe more to it than meets the eye. The important thing is to get that damn scavenger out of the domain. If possible, without bloodshed. I can't afford to lose any men over this business. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Very well, Uncle.
Get to work, then.
I don't like it. Stop your grumbling. You get paid, don't you? You can't take it with you, though, can you? Everyone has to die sometime. Soldiering's as good a job as any. I never knew Bernard had kin. He didn't fall out of the sky, did he? Everyone's got kin.
God bless you.
But that he's
What
from
troubles
a
you?
noble family. They've got a fortress and all. They'd got plenty.
So, what do you think about this?
Sir Bernard's
Old Hanush is
father
right
has
about one
charge
thing.
of some estates.
It's time to stop chasing wenches and start chasing bandits. It'll be a bit of excitement for a change.
Not that I'm too keen on going anywhere. Better not let the captain hear you say that.
I agree.
He'll swing you from
I was
the
worried
battle.
you'd be upset after Sir Hanish's speech.
Why would I? I finally have a chance to show Uncle what I can do. I can't wait. We'll ride there, hack those bastards to pieces, and celebrate with a good drink in the evening.
Battle with other nobles. Why? Bandits are easier to defeat, aren't they? Maybe, when you're face to face with them. But those sneaky fuckers are always hiding somewhere in the woods like animals. With the nobles, you know where you are. They have rules. I never knew Bernard had kin. He didn't fall out of the sky, did he?
But Sir Hanish said we should get them out of the fiefdom without bloodshed if we can.
And how else do you suppose we can do that?
With diplomacy?
They've got plenty of
You can't parley
Sir
with
Bernard's
criminals.
father has
That would just
charge of
damage
some
Uncle's
estates.
reputation. Every lowlife would think he could rob him without fear of reprisal. Enough talk. Let's mount up. Goodbye.
I never knew Bernard had kin. Aye, but that he's from a noble family. They've got a fortress and all. They've got plenty, all right. Sir Bernard's father has charge of some estates.
Sir Hanish sent me, Captain. I'm to join your mission. And Sir Hans, too.
Then mount up, youngster, and we'll move out.
I have some,
Let's see. That.
I'd like to improve my sword.
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my skills.
All right.
Isn't that quite a lot? Are we agreed?
Well, a little more, and we'll call it a deal. Agreed. Now listen up.
Lord Capon, when we get there, I'd like you to hold back.
You can forget about that, Bernard. I'm not going on an outing. Hanush sent me to handle this matter, and handle it I will.
Undoubtedly, Sir Hans.
Yeah.
Let's just say they bring no honor to our name.
But I heard Wolfen of Camberg was hanged somewhere in Silesia after...
I heard the same. Only, well, I'm sure you've heard what say about the camper branch of my family.
That they're cursed. Now, Bernard, don't you think I'm a little old for fairy tales?
Think what you like. But I heard it from my grandfather, and he never paid attention to old wives' tales.
I meant no offence, Captain. Well, tell me all about it then. After all, there's no smoke without fire, and I never heard about the camper from a member of the family.
Very well. At home, we always spoke in whispers about our Camberg relatives. When Wolfen's father, Wilhelm, came to visit, I'm almost ashamed to say it.
You can rely on my discretion, Captain. Carry on.
Well, the servants were so afraid of him that they went and hid in the barn. Father had them whipped. Even then, they wouldn't go near Wilhelm. They were afraid he cursed them. I couldn't blame them.
Why's that?
Wilhelm's face was so badly disfigured, folk would cross themselves when they saw him. I was afraid of him myself as a boy.
Was he wounded in war?
No, he was born that way. See, his mother, Countess Barbara of Hogwitz, didn't want to marry Wilhelm's father, my grandfather's brother. She never wanted to bear his children. So, yeah. That's not all. 4 of them didn't live till dawn. Only the 5th survived. He was disfigured. Wilhelm. They say the witch cheated her, and instead of getting rid of the child, she put the devil's seed inside her.
Good Lord, how dreadful.
Well, Wilhelm carried that with him his whole life. When his own wife was in childbed, he had 7 friars kneeling in her chamber day and night. It didn't stop the rumors, though. When his son, Wolfen, was born, he looked normal enough. But he turned out to be as wild as a stray tomcat.
It seems he hasn't grown out of it.
You're right about that. A few years ago, Wolfen went off to Poland, and Wilhelm got worse and worse. He cursed everything and everyone in his path, started throwing crockery at the servants. He was on his deathbed. They sent for a priest, not just to give him the last rites, afraid the devil would come out of him and possess someone else. Then later, Wolfen turned up, even though he was supposed to be dead for years. Folk said he was dead. That wouldn't stop the devil's spawn.
Sweet Jesus. It sounds a lot more convincing
Whoa!
coming from you than the story.
Slow down.
Tell me. How are
Fight
you
us,
supposed to
Sarah.
deal with a monster like
I
that?
sent them to scout ahead.
Those bastards will pay for this.
They most certainly will. Let's go. We have to make camp. Hamlin, we'll take 2 men and come back here later. I won't have Vitus and Cyril left as crowmen.
Yes, Captain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah! Watch where you're going, you lout. You nearly killed me.
Huh?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Tell me, Captain, how come this Wolfen is attacking his own kin?
They say blood's thicker than water, but sometimes I wonder. Look at our king and Sigismund.
So what's the cause of your conflict with Wulflin?
Nothing in particular, just that he's a ruffian, a treacherous bastard, and a bandit. No wonder the whole...
How are you related?
Milota, Wulfin and I have the same great-grandfather, Urban, Baron of Oleshna.
How do you mean cursed?
Like I said, Wulfin's grandfather married Countess Barbara of Hogwitz. She didn't want to bear his child and went to a witch to get rid of it. Only instead of getting rid of the unborn child, she ended up having 5.
What, all at the same time?
All in one night. But only one of them lived till morning. The youngest, Wilhelm. And his face was disfigured. They say the witch deceived the Countess, and it was Satan himself who impregnated her.
And you believe that story?
Depends how you look at it. Wilhelm wasn't a bad man while he was in his right mind, but he was terrifying to look at. As for Wulfin, word came that he died in Silesia. Then, one day, he appeared from nowhere.
I'd like to improve my swordsmanship.
Certainly.
Well, I'll think it over. What do we do now?
First, we have to find out where those Horsons are holed up. According to the reports, they raided a few farms around here. So someone should go to those places and find out what they can. You should do it, Henry. My men would probably just startle them.
Isn't it dangerous?
About as dangerous as sitting here in the camp.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, sir. Where are the farms they raided?
One is uphill from Neuhof, right by the woods. One here above the woods by the crossroads, directly north from our camp. Farewell.
Greetings.
Sir Hans, I heard something about a tourney in Rat...
Yes, Hanush has decided to revive the tourney. It's only a bit of entertainment for commoners. A few fellows on foot bashing each other with various weapons. Yes, blast it. Hanush was on my back about what I'd do all day. So I told him I was busy. I said I was training my future page in combat, initiating him into the art of swordsmanship and other battle skills.
I didn't know you had a page.
Well, that's just the thing. I don't. It was just... And it seems I was a bit too convincing. Now, Uncle wants my imaginary...
I can see how that could be a bit...
That's putting it mildly. The old man... Unless... Yes, now I think of... All you have to do is enter the tourney, batter the fuck out of all the other peasants, and everyone will be happy. Except for the losers, of course.
What, and I'm to become your page? I'm not sure if Sir Radzig will agree.
No, Radzig doesn't have to know anything about it. It's just a little charade for Uncle... Not that it's such a bad idea. Who knows, maybe...
Yeah, all right.
Everything will be just fine.
Oh, Jesus, what are you getting me into now? I'll get killed.
Nonsense, you're a born warrior. And besides, it's only a bit of friendly violence, not a life... You have to put up some coin to enter, though. Naturally, I'll pay for that, so you don't go around calling me a... Go and see the tournament master. You'll find him somewhere around the upper castle courtyard. Run along now. And don't let me down, Henry. Remember, you have to demonstrate you've been trained.
Your wish is my command.
Excellent! Afterwards, we'll drink to your glorious...
See you later.
Good afternoon.
Captain Bernard sent me. It's about that attack.
Well, they came, took everything they could, and rode off again. I don't know what else I can tell you.
We're trying to catch up with that gang, so I need to hear every detail you can tell me.
What do you want to know?
How many of them were there?
2 or 3. I'm not sure. My head's still in a spin.
Which way did they go?
I don't know. I wasn't watching. My husband made me hide indoors, and I only saw them through the window.
So your husband was outside?
Yes, he tried to parley with them.
What did they take?
Not much. We haven't a pot to piss in, which I told them in no uncertain terms as soon as they came here.
So you're telling me they came here, you told them there was nothing worth taking, and they just rode off again?
More or less.
But just a while ago, you told me you were indoors the whole time.
Yes. I was. Mostly.
So, were you inside or outside? Did you talk to them or not?
Well, like I say...
Let's get one or two things straight. I'm here under orders from Captain Bernard, and that robber baron who came here crippled his cousin and killed 2 of his men.
What's that got to do with me?
Just so you know, the captain is very keen to see justice done.
My God, what have I done to deserve this?
So, what really happened here?
First, promise me you'll get rid of them.
That's exactly what I'm here for.
They came a few days ago, took a pig and a sack of apples. We put up no resistance. I noticed one of them had an injured leg, so I offered to treat it for him.
Why would you help those cutthroats?
They didn't behave violently towards us, and I thought it would be best to keep them happy. At least they left me some apples.
Go on. What happened then?
They rode off, and I prayed we'd seen the last of them. Only the same evening, they came back again. One of them had been wounded, and they wanted me to take a look at him. They gave me some coin and took me to their camp. And in the morning I came home again.
So you know where they're camped? I'd like you to lead me there.
I won't go to their camp, no. But I know of a place where you'll have a good view of it.
That'll do me.
God bless. I'm not going any further. If they saw me, I'd be done for. The camp's not far away in this direction.
Thanks. And don't worry, I'll deal with those bastards.
I pray you do.
Looks like I found it. I'd better get back and report to Captain Bernard. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God be with you.
I found that encampment.
Ah, I'm glad to hear it. Is it far?
Not really.
How many men did you see?
Sorry, I don't know.
Next time, make sure you do. Don't you know anything about scouting? Well, it's not like we have any choice but to attack. It's time that mad bastard was hanging from the Rattay ramparts.
Wouldn't it be better to parley with them, sir?
Parley with robbers? You must be out of your mind, lad.
I gave Sir Hanush my word I'd look out for his men, and I intend to keep it. So it's my duty to advise a parley.
You're going to advise me?
You're not seeing straight, Captain. No wonder, since Wolfland's your kin. Please, just grant me one thing. Let me go and parley. I'll find out more, and maybe we can settle everything without losing any men.
No, out of the question. Pillaging needs to be stopped by swords and not words. If we make a deal today, in a week another 20 bastards will be lining up for Sir Hanush's coin.
All right, sir. It was just a suggestion.
Well, you can keep your suggestions to yourself. Did we get going or not?
Of course. Ready when you are.
Well.
Fuck, sorry.
All right. Now you're dead.
Bollocks!
I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you.
Jesus Christ! Well then.
Fuck this. Kebab.
Yeah. God. Christ.
Victory is ours, Captain.
Praise the Lord. My men are no easy pickings, and you and Sir Hans helped us a lot.
What now?
We'll break camp and head back to the castle. You ought to go on ahead and report to Sir Hans.
Yes, Captain.
I'd like to improve my...
Certainly.
I want to achieve...
You can't become a master overnight. You have to know almost everything before trying to achieve...
Well... Can you teach me how to do...
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my skills.
All right.
Isn't that quite a lot? Is this enough?
That's not enough. Agreed. Now listen up. Farewell.
Greetings. What business have you?
I have news from the camp, Sir Hannes.
Speak.
Unfortunately, we couldn't avoid a skirmish.
Where's Hans? I hope he's not...
There's no need to worry, my lord. Lord Capon's alive and well. Lord Capon is busy celebrating.
So you succeeded?
Wulfen is dead, and his men routed. Captain Bernard and the others are hunting them down in the woods right now.
By God, that's excellent news. I must say, Henry, after all that's happened recently, I'm glad something finally turned out well.
So am I, sir.
And I think you deserve to be rewarded for your efforts.
Thank you, sir.
See you later.
I'm honored that an... God be with you.
Let's talk about the price.
All right, so.
Since it's you.
Well now, a little more and we'll shake on it. All right, so. Like the work did itself.
Baked goods fresh from the oven. Come and get them.
Cabbage! Cabbage! Green cabbage! Get it before it goes brown. Well met. Greetings.
God save you.
Take care now.
Let's talk about the price.
Well,
What about this?
a nice sum. Just lower your demands. See now, I knew we'd come to an agreement.
Fresh bread. Come and get it. No fit either.
I hope I...
Can you show me how to...
Certainly.
I'm interested in more...
Wouldn't you rather learn the basic?
Well,
Good luck to you.
let's talk about the price.
Well, we can try it.
Are we agreed?
A nice sum. Just lower your demands a little and we'll agree. See now, I knew we'd come to an agreement.
Carrots that'll make you and your family happy. Onions that'll make you cry. And...
With salt, caraway seeds, garlic, and more. You'll find it nowhere else.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Fred Bates, just this morning. Fred!
Hey, you. A word in your ear.
Stop right there. I have to search you. What part didn't you understand?
What's going on?
Such are my orders.
I'm carrying an important dispatch. I don't have time for this nonsense.
There's nothing that can't wait a moment.
If you insist.
Nothing. All right, you may continue.